Please rise for the Honorable Judge Ben. Calamity Court is now in session and you can sit down now.
Okay, so now we are hearing the case of Fishbowl v. Fabsol. Would the prosecution like to make their opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor. Members of the jury, we are gathered here today on a case of neglect. The Fishbowl is a buggy mess due to this neglect, and we are here for the necessary changes to be made. Maybe this item was neglected because of all the other children that the Calamity developers adopted and had on their own. While some were consistently updated and went through changes, others were neglected, and some were even disowned due to the number of children, such as the Fishbowl sibling, the Cold Hard Icicle. We are here to seek justice for this beloved goldfish.
Thank you, Mr. Mushroom. Will the defense please make their statement?
Yes, Your Honor. Members of the jury, with over 134 children and over 4,000 adopted children, who can make every update to every child in only a couple of years, and with such a minor aspect of the game, the Fishbowl may seem neglected, but it was given everything it needed by its original developers. The Fishbowl does not require updates at the moment, and it would only take away from the more important items.
Thank you, Mr. Fish Tacos. Mr. Mushroom, you may call your first witness to the stand.
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to call my first witness to the stand. Suspicious-looking Jellybean.
Will suspicious-looking Jellybean please come to the stand?
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Proceed.
Suspicious-looking Jellybean, are you an item in the Calamity mod?
Yes, I am, sir.
Now, suspicious-looking Jellybean, are you an upgrade to the slimy saddle?
Objection. Relevancy?
Objection sustained. Mr. Mushroom, where is this going?
Your Honor, this is a similar case to that of the Fishbowl, by the same perpetrators. It shows a history of illogical negligence.
Proceed.
Now, suspicious-looking Jellybean, what boss are you dropped by?
I am currently post-Moonlord, but I am going to drop earlier in another update.
What boss drops a similar amount to you? The slimy saddle.
The King Slime?
When is the King Slime in progression?
The first or second boss?
Taking into account the next update, when is the Astrum Aureus that drops you in progression?
Post-Plantera?
Can the slimy saddle bounce on enemies?
Yes.
Can you bounce on enemies?
No.
I would like to bring out evidence 13B.
Bring out evidence 13B.
As you can see, Your Honor, Calamity logic leads to objects very far into progression being completely outclassed by far earlier items. This shows a history of overlooking glaring problems with items considered minor. Thank you, suspicious-looking Jellybean. No more questions.
Mr. Fish Tacos, do you have any questions for suspicious-looking Jellybean?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Fish Tacos, you may call your first witness to the stand.
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to call the stand Neptune Shell.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Proceed.
Neptune Shell, do you activate in water?
Indeed, I do.
Do you activate when the player wears a fishbowl?
I do as well.
And what update did you activate in fishbowls?
In update 1.4.1.
And what update were you introduced?
I was added in 1.1.
See, it takes time to update minor things such as fishbowl. Other things require more maintenance. Thank you, Neptune Shell. No more questions.
Would the prosecution like to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Neptune Shell, how did you feel when you didn't work with the fishbowl?
I felt empty.
Thank you, Neptune Shell. No more questions.
Okay, would the prosecution like to call their second witness to the stand?
Yes, Your Honor. I call Providence, the profane goddess, to the stand.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah. Get me out of here soon. I'm busy.
Proceed.
Providence, do you inflict the Icarus's Folly debuff, which cuts down the flight time of the player?
Yes, unless they are in water, then it just doesn't work.
Does the debuff get applied if the player is wearing a fishbowl?
Yes?
I would like to bring out evidence 45S.
Bring out evidence 45S.
Would wearing a fishbowl make one underwater?
Suppose so. They drown and all.
So why doesn't the player avoid the debuff if they're wearing a fishbowl?
I don't know.
Thank you, Providence. No more questions.
Does the defense want to...
No more questions.
Would the defense like to call their second witness to the stand?
Yes, Your Honor. I call the stand water.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? God, this job is repetitive.
Yes,
Proceed.
Are you the same as a fishbowl?
I'm somewhat different. I slow the player down by default, but that's just physics. A fishbowl would travel with them without slowing them down.
In turn, would a fishbowl speed a player up in a similar way to other items speeding you up?
Objection! Now we are getting into magical items, which should work in relation to any water.
Objection sustained.
Okay, moving on to the deep diver. Does that work in you?
Yes, it provides a shield bash when the player is in me.
Logically, should the shield have a magic dash when the legs and chest are dry?
I suppose not.
Thank you, Water. No more questions.
Would the prosecution like to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Water, does the deep diver work when the head of the player is underwater, but the rest of the body isn't?
Yes, I believe so.
I would like to present to the jury evidence 1A.
Bring in evidence 1A.
Water, is that you in that clip?
Yes,
Water, is it true that the head is underwater while the rest of the body is dry in that clip?
yes.
Thank you, Water. No more questions.
Court will now end for this day and the jury may deliberate.
Objection, Your Honor. I used to be the best mount when it came to falling, but no, they had to nerf me. So when it came to falling, I had a slow acceleration, where King Slime Mount is an instant falling. But of course, everything has to be made unfun. What's next? The Queen Slime version, except it doesn't protect you against fall damage? Well, isn't that just Hey, get your hands off me! Get your hands off me! You will not stop me from talking! You will not silence me!
I'm not paid enough for this.
I'm like a lawyer. I'm like. In turn, would a fishbowl. Woo! Woo! I'm the guy talking the water. Woo! I passed the bar for this.